Joke number 1. A scrawny teenage boy asks his muscular friend how he gets so many girls to sleep with him. The muscular friend says, "Here's what you do. Next time there's a party. Get a large potato and stick it down your pants and act normal. You'll see, that'll turn you into a chick magnet." A minute later, all the girls at the party run away from the scrawny kid, screaming and laughing and pointing. The muscular friend sees this and comes over to his scrawny friend. "Dude," he says, "you have to put the potato in the front." Joke number 2. Son, Daddy, I fell in love and want to date this awesome girl. Father, that's great, son. Who is she, son? It's Tina, the neighbor's daughter. Father, oh, I wish you hadn't said that. I have to tell you something, son. But you must promise not to tell your mother. Tina is actually your sister. The boy is naturally bummed out. But a couple of months later, son, Daddy, I fell in love again and she is even hotter. Father, that's great, son. Who is she, son? It's Penny, the other neighbor's daughter. Father, oh, I wish you hadn't said that. Penny is also your sister. This went on a couple of times and the son was so mad. He went straight to his mother crying, "Son, Mom, I am so mad at Dad. I fell in love with 6 girls, but I can't date any of them. Because Daddy is their father." The mother hugs him affectionately and says, "My love, you can date whoever you want. Don't listen to him. He is not your father." Joke number 3 paragraph. A beautiful young woman on an international flight asked the priest beside her, "Father, may I ask a favor?" "Of course you may." "What can I do for you?" "Well, I bought this expensive electronic hairdryer that is well over the customs limits, and I'm afraid that they'll confiscate it from me. Is there any way that you could carry it through customs for me? Under your robes, perhaps. I would love to help you, dear. But I must warn you, I will not lie. With your honest face, Father, no one will question you." When they got to customs, the young lady let the priest go ahead of her. The customs officer asked, "Father, do you have anything to declare from the top of my head down to my waist?" "I have nothing to declare." The officer thought this answer strange, so he asked, "And what do you have to declare from your waist to the floor?" "I have a marvelous little instrument designed to be used on a woman, but which is to date unused." Roaring with laughter, the officer said, "God bless you, Father. Go ahead." Joke number 4. A man is buying a banana, an apple, and 2 eggs. The cashier says, "You must be single." The man replied, "Well, how did you know that?" Cashier, "Because you're ugly." Joke number 5. 2 priests decided to go to Hawaii on vacation. They were determined to make this a real vacation by not wearing anything that would identify them as clergy. As soon as the plane landed, they headed for a store and bought some really outrageous shorts, shirts, sandals, sunglasses. The next morning, they went to the beach. Dressed in their tourist garb, they were sitting on beach chairs, enjoying a drink. The sunshine and the scenery when a drop-dead gorgeous topless blonde came walking straight towards them. They couldn't help but stare. As the blonde passed them, she smiled and said, "Good morning, Father." "Good morning, Father." Nodding and addressing each of them individually, then she passed on by. They were both stunned. How in the world did she know they were priests? So the next day, they went back to the store and bought even more outrageous outfits once again. In their new attire, they settled down in their chairs to enjoy the sunshine. After a little while, the same gorgeous topless blonde came walking toward them. Again, she nodded at each of them and said, "Good morning, Father." "Good morning, Father," and started to walk away. One of the priests couldn't stand it any longer and said, "Just a minute, young lady. Yes, Father, we are priests and proud of it. But I have to know, How in the world did you know we are priests? Dressed as we are, she replied, Why, Father, it's me, Sister Kathleen. Joke number 6. The nun teaching Sunday school was speaking to her class one morning and she asked the question, When you die and go to heaven, which part of your body goes first? Susie raised her hand and said, I think it's your hands. Why do you think it's your hands, Susie? Susie replied, Because when you pray, you hold your hands together in front of you and God just takes your hands first. What a wonderful answer! The nun said. Little Johnny raised his hand and said, Sister, I think it's your feet. The nun looked at him with the strangest look on her face. Now, Johnny, why do you think it would be your feet? Little Johnny said, Well, I walked into Mommy and Daddy's bedroom the other night. Mommy had her legs straight up in the air and she was saying, Oh God, I'm coming. I gotta tell you, if Dad hadn't pinned her down, we'd have lost her.